with the hook to the body, and yet the weight might be a problem for him as we get set for Angel Vasquez and Edgar Garcia. That will be coming straight ahead. But that fight intrigues me.
Well, you know, Danny Romero, this is his chance to get back in the big time tonight. Since he lost to Johnny Tapia in the biggest fight of his life, he's had 3 comeback fights, but they were against journeymen. They really didn't mean that much except keeping him sharp. And this is his chance to be a champion again. And Deani Bungu from South Africa is a very capable boxer. It's not an easy assignment. He's not having a gimme fight tonight. But this is Danny Romero. In his age, you know, you don't want to say it's his last shot. But he's been out of the limelight, so to speak, since the Tapia loss. And if he's ever going to be hungry again, this is it tonight.
That's some of the overview of the fights we've got coming up here. Danny Romero, the fight with Tapia, he's won some fights since then to try and get himself going again. Bungu and Romero. Vasquez, Garcia coming straight ahead as we'll get a look at the tail of the tape. Vasquez 29, Garcia 27. Vasquez 5'7", 126 for Vasquez, 129 for Garcia, and Vasquez has a reach advantage of 4, 70 versus 66, and that is what he will be trying to exploit in this fight. And you take a look at the scoring in New Jersey, 10 points to the winner of a round, no 3 knockdown rule, no standing 8 count. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell at all. Only the referee can stop the fight. Doctors do get input. Final call is to the referee. As we see the fighters in there, Vasquez and Garcia. As we saw in the last fight, 3 knockdown rule not in effect, but in most cases will be implemented. It's still an optional tool for the referee to use. So there are the fighters. That's how they shape up. We're ready for the ringside introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now go to a very special attraction bout. This is scheduled for 8 rounds in the featherweight division. The man in the middle giving the instructions after the introductions, once again, our referee, Earl Morton. Introducing the principals. First, fighting out the blue corner. He's wearing the red and white trunks. He weighed in at 129 pounds. His professional record, 8 victories against 7 defeats, 1 draw, 4 big KOs to his credit. And he comes to us from San Diego, California. Please welcome Edgar Garcia. And his opponent fighting out the red corner, he's wearing the red, white, and blue. He weighed in at 126 pounds. His record as a professional and unblemished, perfect, 15-0 with 13 big KOs to his credit. And he comes to us from Hartford, Connecticut. Here's one of the young rising stars in the game. Please welcome Angel Nito Vasquez.
Obey my commands, give me a good clean butts and touch gloves. Good luck.
Angel Vasquez and Edgar Garcia ready to go here. 15-0, 13 knockouts for Vasquez, and Garcia 8-7-1, 4 knockouts with the journeyman tag. There is a good look. We're ready to go here, and we start. Vasquez in the white trunks, he'll get his jab established. The 4-inch reach advantage. Nigel, along with his power, that is a formidable asset.
Yeah, I mean, I may as well say it right now because I'm not sure how long this is going to last. I think Vasquez might be the hardest single-shot puncher in the featherweight division. So that gives him a big edge over a lot of people.
Get those compliments in early when Vasquez fights. And meanwhile, here is Garcia, 8-7-1. What does he try to do in this fight here to negate all the disadvantages?
Boy, I tell you, I guess try to get a little bit close to him and smother his power.
Well, look,
You don't want to get caught out on the end of Vasquez's bombs because he'll take you out with one shot.
look for Garcia to try and bob and weave, get inside, and then make himself a smaller target. But Vasquez seems to have the quickness to go along with the reach and the power. Very tall for a featherweight.
Yeah, he is tall. If he has anything going against him tonight, it's the fact that Vasquez has been off a long time when he's having some managerial changes. So this is his first bout back, and obviously they're not going to throw him in there with King Kong.
Garcia with a looping left that is caught by Vasquez. Vasquez looking for an opening. The uppercut will be an excellent punch for him in this fight as Garcia comes toward him.
Yeah, Garcia's a canny guy. I mean, he's taken advantage of the fact he's short by ducking down low. And that's what, of course, makes the uppercut a great punch here. But that's not a bad idea, to try and duck down so low you make yourself a very small target.
They exchange hooks. Vasquez was able to land his. Now he's in close. The advantage for Vasquez as he gets in is he can lean back and still have a reach advantage. Now on the inside, not much landing in the true scoring area. They've both been low and to the side. But Garcia has not thrown any punch with ferocity thus far, though.
No, he's not a big banger anyway, but, you know, here he is, almost the end of the first round. He's not been hurt yet, so from his point of view, a journeyman fighter, he's not doing too badly. Despite his record, he obviously knows what he's doing in there. You can just tell the way he handles himself, the way he moves.
So we come to the end of round one with Vasquez pounding the body, trying to use the jab, and Garcia trying to fend him off and get on the inside. First round in the book.
No quiero que me vaya a cansar, ¿ok? No me puedes dejar con el jab, tranquilo, sin amor, ¿ok? No sale el jab,
Ten más cuidado adentro, papi. Buen aire. Tírale esa derecha.
Round two, scheduled for 8. Angel Vasquez from Hartford, Connecticut, 15-0, 13 knockouts in the white trunks. Edgar Garcia, San Diego, California, 8-7-1 with 4 knockouts. He, of course, in the red trunks, trying to stalk. This is Dave Bontempo and Nigel Collins. Glad you've joined us from the Atlantic City Convention Center by way of Bally's Park Place. Garcia trying to get close to Vasquez, and Vasquez has that big jab weapon out in front of him. One thing about Garcia, Nigel, despite his underdog status, he has been feisty.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be particularly worried. He's just going about his job and not worrying about the reputation and the big punches, and so far it's done a good job. He doesn't seem to have much of a punch that he could hurt Vasquez with, but he's pretty much shut down the other guy's offense.
They go, both of them on the inside working. Vasquez blocking a lot, takes a good shot. Big hook by Vasquez to the temple area of Garcia.
I think actually this is a matter of just waiting for Vasquez to get warmed up. He hasn't fought in a long time. And I think once he gets going, it's going to be tough for Garcia.
Well, once he gets going, you'll see a lot of the hand speed on top of everything else. Garcia smothering right now, trying to disrupt the rhythm of Angel Vasquez.
Vasquez is the kind of fighter who really doesn't do much until he lands the bomb. He kind of pecks away, stays more or less neutral. But once he lands, he opens up and he's a very good finisher. Now, of course, if the other fighter forces him into a slugfest, he'll start slugging right away.
So the key is to just not let him get into his game.
Don't let him get that bomb in. That opens everything up.
The longer you can go without sustaining that bomb, the better chance you have. But now Garcia is not getting as low as he was in the opening round, standing straight up. Let's see if Vasquez picks up on that. Garcia coming straight at Vasquez, lands a hook, takes three to the body. Vasquez seems very preoccupied with the body here, Nigel.
Well, it's the target that's right there in front of him.
Goes lefty here.
He may as well take what Vasquez gives him.
So Vasquez goes on the southpaw side for a while as we get into the end of round two. Obviously very worried. Vasquez went to work in round two, working that body, the hook over the top, looking for the opening against the smaller fighter. Garcia went to work and Vasquez blocked, and then he made him pay. So good defense and then some good offense for Vasquez. Third round action. Vasquez, of course, in the white trunks, and Edgar Garcia in the red. Vasquez 15-0 with 13 knockouts. Judging by the layoff, this fight goes along, Nigel. At what point do you think that might catch up with Vasquez if he hasn't taken care of business?
Well, I don't think he's going to run out of gas in this fight. It's only an 8-rounder. I think what you got to ask yourself after maybe 2 or 3 more rounds, how come he can't stop this guy? It's not a matter so much of winning, it's been winning with a knockout, because that's his rep, the big bomb. And if he doesn't deliver that, it was not a good performance.
2 good ripping body shots by Vasquez. Then he opens up. There's a hook to the head, and Garcia's defenses are separated. Garcia with a looping hook. It comes up short. Now trying to stalk. And Vasquez looks for the next opening.
Vasquez is very patient. Just because he has a big punch, he doesn't go in there swinging wild. He's not your typical slugger.
Works the body, and that is deceiving with a 15-0 mark and 13 knockouts. The initial impression you would receive is that he's a bombs-away fighter.
Right, exactly. If you don't get the tapes and scout this guy, you might be surprised when you see him moving, jabbing, trying to set up the big bomb. He's got a nice tight defense, keeps his hands together in front of his face, gives you angles.
He's got a boxer's sense of defense and a slugger's sense of offense. Good hook to the body there by Vasquez, and then he's out of the way. I think that movement is pretty subtle after he lands a punch.
He's obviously in no hurry.
Looking to set up, looking to be technically proficient, and Vasquez drops a jab home. Garcia continues to try and set up shop. right near the body so he can go to work there. There's some nice speed by Vasquez and the right hand behind it.
Nice combination. 4 in a row, they all connected.
That was textbook Vasquez. And good defense there, blocking punches and then scoring with a hook.
Haz del pleito adentro. No me la... Haz del pleito adentro. De afuera es donde se está pegando. Ahí me hizo un brazo. Oye, ¿sabes? Haz del pleito, oye, tienes que tirarle de adentro. Porque de afuera...
Sí, sí. Sí me lastima.
Ah, dale. ¿Vas bien?
Sí.
Sí.
No, es que sí me lastima.
Ajá. Sí.
Vasquez really taking the measure of Garcia here. Excellent work. Watch the leverage as he gets everything into it, and Garcia's expression tells you a lot there. Vasquez able to lean into it, and that is what the reach advantage does. He's able to get the leverage.
Nice double hook to the body.
Vasquez and Garcia set for 8. Start round 4. Angel Vasquez doing a nice job boxing. He's been ripping the body and has found that Edgar Garcia of San Diego, California has been an ideal opponent thus far. Garcia comes straight at Vasquez, fires punches. Vasquez able to get away from them, move on angles, and fire his shots. Garcia stalking, but coming up shy. Vasquez looking to use the angles and score with some big shots.
But you got to wonder, we're almost halfway through the fight. Is there some point where Vasquez is going to go after him, or is he just going to be content to box his way to an 8-round decision?
Well, this is the point you brought up 2 rounds ago about getting to rounds 4 and 5, and that's when the question would come up. He has scored with a couple right hands in the 4th here. Certainly does not look to have the urgency of scoring a knockout. He wants to work, he wants to score, and not get hit. Now, if opponents are scouting Vasquez, they might say, how does he have that 15-0 mark with 13 knockouts fighting like this?
Well, also, too...
there it is. Big hook to the body. They would get their answer. He's explosive.
This is a big show. A lot of people are going to see him tonight. So, you know, a perfunctory decision win is not what he needs. He needs to look impressive.
Vasquez opening up to the body in this round, and Garcia.
Breathe in hard now.
Yeah, how much more can he take? These are tremendous body shots.
He's digging back, but he doesn't have anywhere near the powers.
And this fight can be stopped just on the grounds that the referee determines a fighter doesn't have the firepower to come back and therefore becomes way overmatched. So we come to the halfway point of the fight with Vasquez opening up, really digging that body, and Garcia is down.
Left hook to the body is just too much.
6.
Can he make the count?
8.
He does.
Okay, sir.
Puede ser.
Pate la cubeta.
La cubeta. Sí puede ser.
¿Quieres continuar?
Si quieres seguir.
¿Quieres seguir? Si no tiras fuerte, te va a lastimar, le va a tener que tirar de fuerte.
Te tiro fuerte, no, si pues me cuido porque sí. Sí me lastima.
Dígale porque te lo quitas de encima.
Vasquez scoring with impunity here at the end of the round. Good body work. He's been doing that last couple rounds especially. How much more can Garcia take?
Not too many more of those left hooks to the liver, and he's got to stay out of the corner if he expects it to survive much longer.
And it's one thing if you're a knockout puncher, but if you're Garcia and you don't have those knockout weapons, this type of action is a terrible indication of things to come. Now, as we start round 5, Vasquez comes out as a southpaw. Obviously unconcerned with anything Garcia might do to him. Is he going to try to finish him as the southpaw here, or just work on his southpaw stats?
He's doing pretty much as he pleases, and I think more or less enjoying himself right now.
Good right hook.
That was almost a knockdown.
He looked at the referee thinking it might be it. If he had thrown one more, it very well may have been.
It's not going much longer, I don't think.
Now, I think he wants to score a knockout as a lefty using the right hooks. Tremendous shots he landed.
Pretty much target practice now.
He really was able to rip those right hooks to the body in this round. Now he goes back to a right-hander and digs the left hand to the body, and that one was punishing. Garcia goes back. Referee getting a good look. This could be the final stages. Garcia has to be on his last legs.
He dipped at the knees again. I don't know if his gloves touch, but Earl Morton's calling it a knockdown, which gives Garcia a chance to take a breather, but he's probably going right back into the meat grinder.
Well, Vasquez right on top of him here.
Down
That's
again,
it.
that's it.
Well, referee left nothing to mystery. He gave Garcia every opportunity to right himself and then stopped it before he became a punching bag. Vasquez opening up and doing what he had to do.
Well, Vasquez obviously wanted to shed a little rust, get a few rounds in. He boxed carefully for a while, showed us some of his boxing skills, and he must have heard what we were saying about an impressive knockout, because he turned it on and pretty much did whatever he wanted to once he decided to finish things.
And a tremendous assault to the body. You don't see too many fighters go to the body that much.
Well, my theory is that if you can really punch hard, that's when it pays off. If you're not a big puncher, going to the body can be very frustrating.
Well, let's watch Vasquez put the finishing touches on here. Comes inside. Tremendous body assault in this fight. He'll turn into his shots. He's just pounding the arms there, waiting for an opening to occur, and that's where it was. He scored with the left hand. Very smart to work the arms and then look for an opening.
I think the referee just figured, well, that was enough. I don't think he actually did go down.
Well, he ruled it as if the gloves had touched, and then...
Oh, his knee did, yeah. His knee did brush the canvas.
So that is the right call, and then it didn't take much more as Garcia... You'd like to see him come back and fight another day as a journeyman status, so why get beat up more than necessary?
He went
Vasquez
down from a trio of misses.
Yeah, but they were very good misses.
Very hard misses.
Very good misses. So that's how that one shakes down as Vasquez with the win. Let's get the final numbers now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes by way of TKO. 1 minute, 31 seconds of the 5th round. The winner, his record now goes to 16-0 with 14 big KOs. One of the rising young stars in the division. The winner, Angel Vasquez.
Two pictures, and I get a picture here.
Vasquez remains undefeated. 16-0, 14 knockouts. Strong performance for him.
Yes, he did what he had to do. He got rid of a little bit of rust and then